No! Stop! I disconnected them, but they don't want to disconnect. What's wrong? What you are? Damn! It's madness. We don't know what it is. It's just an insane puzzle. Puzzles. They have completely different levels of complexity, from the simplest to the incredibly difficult. They are made of different materials, wood, plastic, metal, but nevertheless there is one thing that unites them all. Puzzle is just a task, a problem that must be solved using our logic, mind, spatial imagination and fingers dexterity. But sometimes even all of that is not enough to solve what seems like a very simple puzzle. Sometimes you have just to let yourself think in a completely different way. What's up everybody, I'm Cubastic and I solve different puzzles. When I say different puzzles, I mean really different, they are all interesting in their own way. And today I'm going to try to solve puzzles with different difficulty levels. I have this set of puzzles. There are 9 different metallic puzzles of different complexity. We can see it on the back of our box. We have the difficulty levels from 1 star to 4 stars. Let's unpack them and get to work on them. My friends gave me this set. A puzzle is always a cool and wonderful gift. Give the puzzles as a gift to your friends and yourself and you won't be disappointed. So, as you can see, we've got some very crazy things here. Like this. This puzzle seems insane not only for me, but also for my camera. We will look at it closely. If we look at all the drawings on the box, we will understand that we have different puzzles here. Different levels of complexity. 2 super complicated, these ones. 1 puzzle is difficult enough. These 4 puzzles have an average difficulty. These 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2 super simple puzzles. My friends, today I'm going to try to solve all these puzzles. As usual, we will time it and see how long it takes for me. And you can write in the comments how much time you think I need to solve all 9 puzzles with different levels of complexity. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet, and if you do, show my channel to your friends, I'm sure they will like it. So let's do it, and we will start with the simplest puzzles. It is 1, 2 of these things are the simplest ones. 4 medium ones, and here are the difficult ones. We start with the simple, turn on the stopwatch, here we go. It's actually a very simple one, there's nothing to think about, everything disconnects in 1 second. Guys, in fact, not all puzzles are as simple as you think they are. Some of them actually require a lot of effort. I solved 2 puzzles in less than 20 seconds. These puzzles are going to look easy for some people and difficult for others, but it was still the easy level. Let's move on to the harder part. Yeah, they are all probably a little bit alike, but the further we get, the harder it becomes to solve these puzzles. As you can see, I managed to solve medium levels puzzles easily too, because they have some similar secrets with the previous ones. I'm not doing much. There is just one thing to guess. By the way, this one is much more difficult, and I can't figure out how to act, where to move. Okay, we are solving the last 4th puzzle of the 2nd difficulty level. So far, whatever I'm doing... One moment, please. I did it. You see, it was pretty easy too. So, 4 puzzles solved, let's move on. This puzzle looks simple enough. There are just 2 simple elements, some sort of pretzel and a triangle. I wonder why it's not the easiest level of complexity. Can it be solved like this? I don't know if I solved it right, but it is solved! Let me stop for a minute. So far it took 4 minutes for me to solve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puzzles. Let's assume that half of the work is done. Friends, I would also like to tell you about the variety of puzzles. There is a huge variety of puzzles. They can be made of different materials, they can have different tasks, different levels of complexity and affect different thinking processes. There are some puzzles where you don't have to think at all, and you just have to put it back the way it was. This puzzle can be likened to the untangling of your headphones. It's not that difficult, but it's kind of a puzzle too. There are puzzles like these simple ones, but there are also so difficult puzzles that you can't solve them without special preparation. You can't even imagine how many different puzzles exist. We're going on, so there are only 4 of 9 puzzles left, but they are the hardest. As you can see, it took me 4 minutes. It's not that much. Let's see how long it will take me to solve all the rest. Okay, this is where we have to think. Okay, well, not very well. While dealing with puzzles, it is very important not to use force, not to open them up with force, break them up, cut them with a circular saw, and bite with teeth, dissolve them in acid and so on. Here you have to do it only with your own mind and thinking. This thing is very similar to one of the impossible puzzles that I solved in one of my previous videos, where there was only 1 millimeter missing to solve. And here you see almost enough space to pull out this end. I don't know what to call it. Whoa, something new! Hi there! I've never had this position before, but as long as it's a little tight, it doesn't pass. You shall not pass! You see, friends, we haven't even gotten to the hardest puzzles, and I'm already facing some pretty serious difficulties, which proves once again that puzzles that I do on camera I actually do for the first time. I mean, I'm not trying to figure out how to solve them beforehand. And of course, a lot of people will comment that they solved this puzzle half a second before I even unpacked it and so on. You are awesome. If I was so talented, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't be interested in making these videos. What's wrong with it? Seriously? Okay, let's put it off for later on. I'm going to solve another puzzle just to distract myself a little bit. Look, maybe all these impossible puzzles aren't so spectacular after all. Maybe I had to solve these little complicated, obscure wire things instead. I'm really afraid to move on to these 2 puzzles, which are the hardest things on this table. Oh, yeah. Bingo! Yeah? No! Stop! I disconnected them, but they don't want to disconnect. Look, they are not connected now, but this thing doesn't get out. Oh man, how am I gonna get it back? Oh, that's all. One of the difficult ones is solved, there is still one difficult and then 2 super difficult ones. Okay, let's try. It's interesting, I'm making some progress, I'm getting a little bit more excited and I'm having fun. Okay. We need to think. Okay, I guess I get it. I think I found the solution, but I'm not sure if that's what I need. Yeah. There are 30 minutes. Whew! 30 minutes spent solving most of what's in here, but the hardest part is yet to come. A 3-loop puzzle. I could barely do 2, but there are 3, and here's a really big insane thing that I don't even know how to call it. Write in the comments what you would call this puzzle. It looks really terrifying. Okay, time passes, let's not stop. There are 2 puzzles left, and I think it's gonna take exactly the time it took to solve the other 7. Damn, it's crazy. We don't know what it is. Something has changed a lot, because one detail has already been disconnected. You know, I did something and I thought that something has changed a little bit. It turns out that things has changed a lot, because one detail has already been disconnected, and I have to solve the last one. This puzzle seems even simpler than the previous one. That's it. That's all. I solved it fast. The hardest thing has left to solve. Just an incredible thing. We need to take out this heron from the inside, pull this barracuda out of these rings. Looking at this puzzle set, I understand that this puzzle really looks like an incredible one, and I'm going to try to solve it right now. Obviously, we have to get rid of the rings one at a time, so the first one is done. It was easy. And that is all. Maybe one ring can come here? No. I'm trying to figure out how it's supposed to work. Well, look, one ring is out. It's hanging out separately. I guess I'm stuck. I've got all 5 rings in place again. What have I done? How do I change this? Oh, I got it. I put it back the way it was. We have to give this puzzle a name. Actually, that's what comments are for. You can think of the most appropriate or weird name for this puzzle, and I will like the best one. I paused because I think something has changed again. I went through the second ring. Haha! I think it's halfway through. I put the fish through 2 rings. Now this fish, this barracuda, is clutching not 5, not 4, but 3 rings. And how did I do that? But the rings are still more tangled. Maybe I have to move it backwards. Something like this. It turns out that absolutely ordinary wire puzzle turned out to be as difficult for me as impossible puzzles which I have spent hours on. I didn't expect this. 1 hour and 20 minutes, you have no idea how long it was for me. I've been seeing the same thing for over an hour. Damn. Anyway, guys, I've been solving all these 9 puzzles for 1.5 hours, and I did 8 of 9. This incredible thing, it's going to be the first puzzle I couldn't solve in one video. I'm going to try to explain to you a little bit more. Look carefully, this is the starting position. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins, and therefore 5 rings that are interviewed with the main part to be extracted. During all this time, I've only been able to extract 1, 2 rings and this ring. I mean, I've got 2 of 3 rings left, and I don't know how to extract them yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not saying I can't solve this puzzle. I can solve it, but since the video is already long, I'm too tired to solve this puzzle in one video and to make one-shot solution of this puzzle. Let's do this way. As soon as possible, I'm going to try to solve this puzzle every day, and once I do, I'm going to publish it on my Instagram channel. So subscribe to my Instagram and watch me solving this thing. I really hope I didn't upset you by not being able to solve this really difficult puzzle. Friends, we are not giving up, and I would be very pleased to have your support, and I'm sure that I will upload the solution to this insane puzzle on my Instagram very soon. Let's come up with a name for it in the comments, so we don't call it just an insane puzzle. And all I have to do is to thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much for being with me all this time, and especially for those who still believe in me. This was Cubastic, thanks for watching, bye and have a good time. See you on Instagram. My head is spinning.